Ladies and gentlemen, what an incredible day. What an incredible day. God even kept the weather good for us out here. As we are having this soft launch of the Go-Go Museum, I need you all to give yourselves a hand out here. I must admit, this has been a day that's been many years in the making, and while you give yourselves a hand, give Ronald Moulton and Natalie Hopkinson a hand and all of their team for this incredible work. And I must admit that I'm sitting here and I'm looking at the folks up there, and it reminds me of when I was at the IBEX and they would say party in the balcony. But y'all don't know about that. Y'all don't know about that. And y'all ain't think the Red would know about that. Amen. But we got the party. So shout out to the folks in the balcony. Come on, give it up for the folks in the balcony. We got the party in the balcony. Look, I'm going to move this along because we got a whole lot to happen here, and y'all should never give a reverend a microphone, especially a reverend from Southeast who get a little sentimental up in here from when I used to be a Fourth and Xenia over there at Paramount Baptist Church, and so, you know, I'm about to cry. But before I cry, I'm going to get our first person up in here. I am asking, we got a whole lot of folks that can speak, and all the folks on here are some speakers, amen? But I am asking that y'all would hold to your 2-minute limit so that we can get to the crank, because it would be horrible to be at the Go-Go Museum and have all talking and no crank. Amen, somebody. So I don't know about y'all, but they said junkyard and backyard is on the lineup, and so I came for the crank because the Reverend loves a free go-go. Amen. And so the first thing we have ahead of us is we have Allison Kreiner Brown, who is going to be sharing a land and labor acknowledgement on the day. Give her a hand as she comes right now.
Good morning. I bring greetings from the Mayor's Office of Racial Equity and Dr. Amber Hewitt, Chief Equity Officer for the District of Columbia. The land acknowledgement portion of this reading is modified from historian Armin Leon and Chief Jesse Swan Jr. of the Piscataway-Conway tribe. We acknowledge that this gathering is taking place on the traditional land of the Anacostia people of the Piscataway tribe, and we acknowledge the more than dozen tribal nations whose lands now comprise the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. We pay respect to their chiefs and elders, both past and present. The law that made go-go the official music of D.C. describes go-go as, quote, a multifaceted art form that fully captures the cultural and artistic expressions of the district. On this occasion of the opening of the Go-Go Museum here in Anacostia, we pay respect to the communities and leaders of Ward 8, including Mayor for Life Marion Barry, as well as the founders and supporters behind this museum. We acknowledge the generations of Washingtonians, particularly Black, Indigenous, and people of color Washingtonians, whose labor and talents built this city, its landscapes, buildings, operations, economics, politics, culture, arts, and music. We honor the go-go pioneers, beginning with the godfather of go-go, Chuck Brown, along with the people, musical styles, and local enterprises that shaped and supported go-go. Today, we celebrate this new landmark and milestone to preserve the official music of Washington, D.C. Hashtag Don't Mute D.C. Hashtag May Go-Go Forever. Thank you.
Come on, won't you give her another hand? Now, because we have such a lineup of distinguished dignitaries, I could give whole bios for everybody who's going to be speaking, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put them up with their title, if y'all don't mind. To every dignitary, I want you to be clear that we know you're a baller, we know you're rocking and rolling, but I want to get us moving so that as a pastor, I can expedite the service. Amen. And so next we have council member, at-large city council member, main man 50 grand, been working so hard to be doing this work, Robert White. Come on, won't you give God a hand clap of praise for council member Robert White. I'm sorry, I done jumped somebody up. I done jumped ahead. I'm sorry. No, we have council member, at-large city council member Kenyon McDuffie. Do me a favor and give him the proper greeting because I jumped somebody in front of him on the lineup. Come on, give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Kenyon McDuffie, the people's champ.
Thank you, Robert. All right. Good morning, everybody. And I'm gonna try to keep our remarks brief, but this is gonna be hard, Reverend. It's gonna be hard because there's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that went into getting this until this day. And so if I go like 30 seconds over, please forgive me. I want to start by telling you all how much of an honor it is for me to be standing on this stage and be here to see the culmination of a lot of work. And there are a lot of people who deserve credit for getting us to this day, and I'm not going to list them all because that would take far too long, but I am going to start by recognizing Natalie Hopkinson and Ron Moulton. If we can give them a resounding round of applause. And I know they don't do the work by themselves, but their vision, dedication, and commitment to making the museum, a cafe, a reality is really, really, really what got us to this day. Through their hard work, they've created a space not only that honors our culture, but uplifts the spirit and resilience of the city's people. And that's important in times when people are trying to mute go-go music. When people were trying to mute go-go music, they said that they were not going to let that happen. And it really resulted in one of the biggest, widespread, I think, impromptu demonstrations of what DC is all about and what go-go music is all about. It also inspired me in 2019, talking to people like Cam, one of my good buddies, to introduce legislation to make go-go the official music of Washington, D.C. Anybody know that go-go is the official music of Washington, D.C.? Over the years, we've witnessed the powerful impact of go-go both on the local and national stages, whether it is Backyard's incredible performance at Amazon Prime's hit show Alex Cross, to Sugar Bear and EU lighting it up at the BET Awards. The sound of our city, the soundtrack of our city continues to reach new audiences, inspire generations. But it's not just about recognition. It's about preservation. It's about celebration. That's why in 2020, when the pandemic rocked the world, it rocked our country, and it rocked our city, I was inspired to put $3 million into the budget with the support of my council colleagues to support the culture of go-go, to support the people of go-go. Not just the ones who are on the stage, but all the folks who make the music, the soundtrack of our city. And that funding really went out to support a lot of folks during some of the toughest times in our city's history. Today, as we cut the ribbon on this incredible space, we're going to do more than an opening museum and cafe. We're solidifying go-go's place not only in the history books, but in the everyday lives of D.C. residents who've been doing this for more than 50 years. If you're a D.C. resident that's been partying in go-go for more than 50 years, make some noise. It's the stories that you all have been telling, the memories that you all have made, and really the heartbeat of the nation's capital, our own homegrown genre. So I want to say congratulations to everybody that's made today what it is. And we're going to do one shout out to the late, great Chuck Brown. When I say, y'all know what I'm about to say, right? Y'all got to join it up. You already heard it. I see Daryl saying it. You got a scoop. Wind me up, Chuck. Wind me up, Chuck. Say what? Wind me up, Chuck. Say what? Wind me up, Chuck. This is what it's all about. If you know, you know. If you don't, I feel sorry for you. Thank you all. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Natalie.
Now, won't you put your hands together for at-large City Council member Robert White as he comes. Come on, give him greetings as he comes right now.
All right, brothers and sisters, esteemed guests and members of our vibrant community, today is more than a celebration of art and music. It's a celebration of resilience, of culture, and the power of our community. As we gather to open the Go-Go Museum, we're standing in space that embodies the shared history, creativity, and determination of our city and our residents. Let me begin by honoring the work of Ron Moulton, Natalie Hopkinson, give it up for them, and Check It Enterprises. Your vision and hard work, your passion, your persevering spirit uplifted the go-go culture and the culture of our city and have brought us to this moment. You have transformed this building into a beacon of pride for our city, a space where stories will be told, memories will be honored, and inspiration will flourish for many years to come. But this building has a story of its own. Not so long ago, its future was uncertain. It was a moment that tested us. Losing a piece of our history to rising costs and displacement was not an option. That's why we came together, pushing forward a new approach to ensure that small businesses like these could own their own spaces, root themselves in their communities, So when I introduced and championed the bill to help Check It Enterprises and We Act Radio acquire these buildings, it wasn't easy because the council had never done anything like this before. But as Big G says, I'm an uptown boy. In Uptown, there's a building called Ceasefire Don't Smoke the Brothers and Sisters. And legend had it when I was growing up that Mayor Barry bought that building so that that organization and the young people that they poured into could have a space. And so I knew that this wasn't impossible, because where there is no path, we have to create a path. It was about saving this building, but it was more than that. It was about what saving this building represents: creativity, opportunity, and belonging. Today, this museum stands as a testament to what we can achieve when we come together with vision and purpose. It's a space that tells the story of go-go, our city's unique sound and heartbeat. It's a sound born from ingenuity, created in church basements and neighborhood backyards, played sometimes with junk, carried forward by pioneers like Chuck Brown, Treble Funk, and EU, and kept alive by countless bands, fans, and supporters. So this moment is a victory, and it's a call to action to continue to stay united, to work together, and to honor our city and our music, not just because of the past, but because of all the young people that we need to continue to pour into. So thank you for this work, and I'm proud to be here today.
Grateful for Councilmember Robert White. And while it's important for us to have our council members and our political leaders here who have helped us along this journey to this ribbon cutting of the Go-Go Museum and Café, it is also important to have many of those history makers in the life and the legacy of go-go music here. And we have right here one of those history makers, one of those who helped shape one of the most iconic moments in go-go history. This is Mr. Daryl Brooks, the creator of Go-Go Live at the Capitol Center. I need somebody to give him his respect up in here. Go-Go Live at the Capitol Center. Y'all need to give it up. Daryl Brooks.
Ron Moten and Natalie, Star Stevenson, and my partner Carol, y'all got goosebumps up here. Let me tell you why. We started Compare the Word Incorporated in Anacostia Park with the help of the mayor's office, a whole bunch of folks, the community period, school system, et cetera, et cetera. What transpired in Anacostia Park was also a breeding ground for local bands to come and play for their community, along with art and educational programs that were happening, that were culminated by a lot of activity, a lot of with the National Endowment of the Arts, D.C. Commission on Arts. So it took a village of people to come together. But what happened in Anacostia Park from 72, 73, 74, and 75 was historic. It's not talked about much, similar like they don't talk about Human Kindness Day much. But a lot of things happened inside our own community that was major. But we knew it, but the press never played with it, never gave us the props. I say today, I was talking to several people, because obviously I talk to a lot of y'all because of things we do, and I'm very proud of today. I'm very proud that we're here today to celebrate something that our ancestors brought forth and fought for centuries ago. Centuries ago. Understand, that heartbeat, that drum beat came way before we got here. A lot of people prayed for us to get here. So please understand the significance of this moment. This moment. Madness. G. Wally. I could go. There's a bunch of you. Go-go-ologists. Charles Stevenson. People from all over the community has helped us carry the burden of this. And I say the following. God bless us. Don't ever give up our dreams. Go-Go Live at the Capitol Center was done on a dare, because somebody came into our marketplace and wanted to do a film about go-go and had trashed it. Had us being drug addicts, had us being shooting people and all kinds of stuff. Chuck, your dad, Sugar Bear, Juju, James Funk. I just come off the road with Run DMC tour across country. I met them at the pension building. I said, "What's wrong, man? This is supposed to be a great film." They said, "Daryl, this is some garbage. Man, we got to do something on our own." So I said, "Come to the office. We'll sit down in my office. We'll make a plan. We can do our own film. We can tell our own story. Let's get together as a family and do our own." I want to say another word, but that's how I talk, okay? So when we did that, they came there and they were our partners. There was no one man's banner to make the Go-Go Live happen. It was a family and a brotherhood of bands and community that made Go-Go happen. That's why they still talk about Go-Go Live today. Am I right, Eardrum? Am I right? Tell me, am I right? Where my crew at? Where my crew? Y'all know that's what happened. That's what made it happen. So I say the following. Do me a favor. Patronize this place. Give thanks to this place. And be your own advocate to make this town what it's supposed to be. Now, I'm going to say something that's really off the cuff, and I hope y'all don't get mad at me. I hope y'all don't get mad. But if you get mad at me, I won't care because I won't hear it anyway. I don't like Washington. I like the district because Washington had a slave, had a plantation down the street, okay? I don't like Columbia, because he's also messed up a lot of indigenous people. I do like the district because that's who we've been. That's who we've been. I just want to throw you some of my philosophy. Thank you for your time. I love you.
Come on, y'all give it up to Daryl Brooks. Amen. I think one of the joys of the Go-Go Museum and Cafe is it does pull together a range of things. It pulls together artists, it pulls together politicians, it pulls together regular people who have just experienced go-go music, it pulls together artists, but it also pulls together our scholars. And I am grateful that if it's not for our scholarship, like a Natalie Hopkinson, that does not give the kind of validation that is needed to be able to shape this kind of professional kind of a pieces here. And so with that, we want to thank God for our scholastic legacy and those who have been writing about our story, because it's a poor frog that won't brag about its own pond. And so we are grateful for those who have put down in books and helped to authenticate the work of go-go and go-go culture. And so do me a favor and put your hands together for Mr. Charles Stevenson Jr., the author of The Beat.
You put me on after Darryl. Let me say something. Usually I'm in the room, I'm the oldest one in the room, but when Darryl's in the room, he's the oldest one in the room. Yeah, it's okay, it's okay. But look here, before I get started, I got to say something about this event. First, I want to welcome the mayor. Thank you, Mayor. Congresswoman, Elder Holmes Norton. But let me say something. This event is so important because if you go back in the day, Anacostia Museum, which is the prelude to the African American Museum, was created a long time ago. And that museum epitomized the struggles of the 60s. Around the corner is Frederick Douglass's home. And we all know that Frederick Douglass was a freedom fighter. And that house right there epitomized our strength and our resolve to be free in this country. And right now, 1920 Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue is the Go-Go Museum and Cafe, which epitomizes the struggles in this country and this city for the last 60 years. We came together. Look, I say this. I think that go-go is a musical movement that started in the late 60s with bands like The Aggression, 100 Years Time, 95th Congress, Brute, and of course, Chuck Brown and the Soul Searchers. And then later on, Chuck decided, I got to play the beat. And that's when it all exploded. Now, people from outside of D.C. recognize D.C. for three things. Mumbo sauce, which is good, Marion Barry, and go-go music. All right? Those are the three things that we got to explain. Now, if they don't get it, I'm sorry. But that's what we're about. Mumbo sauce, Marion Barry, and go-go music. And what Darryl said earlier, and Ms. Mayor, the D.C. government was complicit in the rise of go-go music. What do I mean by that? Back in the day, we had great musical programs in the schools. And what we did, we graduated all these musicians. We had the D.C. Ambassadors Band, which was the best musicians in Washington were on this band. But as a result, we were training all these musicians in schools, they started to form their own neighborhood bands. Okay? And that's really how the whole musical movement started, because we taught our students about the music in school. And we got to continue doing that. And I tell you, as a result, look what we got. Everybody says that go-go is the cousin of hip-hop. But I'm telling you, go-go is its own kinfolk. We remember now, we played live music and we get it on. And it's just so important that we recognize what we've done. Ron Moulton, Natalie Hopkinson got together with this idea. Initially, everybody said it can't be done. But with their resolve and their commitment to making this a historic event, a historic venue, it happened. Now when people come to Washington, D.C., they go to the hotels. They ask the concierge, where can I go for go-go? They can now say, you can go to the Go-Go Museum and Café. And with that, I say, when you walk in the door and you want to go, say what? All right.
Come on, one more time for Brother Charles Stevenson, the author of The Beat. Right now, I'm super excited because I wanted to be shown on videos that I at one point introduced this young sister because she is a star, a flat-out star. And so I want the world to know that I know her and I claim her as a little sister. But I am excited. She is going to come and she is going to introduce the mayor. She's going to introduce the mayor of Washington, D.C., our own Mayor Muriel Bowser. I need y'all to put your hands together for the voice of the city. Come on, give it up for Jata.
Good morning, everyone. So I wanted to do something very quickly. I am an alumni of the Marion Barry's Youth Leadership Institute. And yes, and when Marion Barry used to walk into a room and greet people, especially his youth, he would always say, hello, winners. So when I say that, I want y'all to respond. Is that okay? Okay. Hello, winners. Y'all sound so good. Hello, winners indeed. So my name is Jata. I am a go-go and R&B artist from Southeast D.C., not too far from where we are currently. I first want to thank Ronald Moulton for continuously elevating the voices of the go-go community by creating spaces and opportunities for go-go artists such as the Go-Go Museum. To know go-go is to know D.C. To love go-go is to love D.C. And to respect the rich history of go-go is to honor the rich history of D.C. And why is that? Because go-go history is D.C. history. And I am so honored and gracious to be a part as the youngest active member in the go-go community. Prior to being a performing artist, I formerly served as the youth mayor of our beautiful city through the Marion Barry's Youth Leadership Institute. I was tasked with working diligently to be the voice of the youth, acting as a liaison between elected government officials and our youth, speaking up and out on issues that affected our daily lives. In this position, I was able to work closely with the D.C. Council and the mayor's office. In this position, I was able to witness firsthand our mayor work diligently for the residents of our beautiful city, especially our women and our children. I, as all of us, was able to witness her story in being the first African-American woman to be elected as mayor for 3 consecutive terms, not 1, not 2, but 3. Her story in implementing legislation that protects the residents of our beautiful city. Her story in using her prowess to preserve and uplift our culture by making go-go the official music of the nation's capital. I am so proud to announce my mayor, your mayor, our mayor. Please give a warm welcome to Mayor Muriel Bowser.
Yes, ma'am. Great to see you. Well, good morning, everybody. Let's give Jatai another big round of applause. It's always good to be with our youth mayors. I want to thank you for your service to the city. And I want to say congratulations to Ron Moulton and Natalie Hopkinson for bringing us the Go-Go Museum. Give them a big round of applause. You know, we have over 80 museums in Washington, D.C., but until today, we had one missing. And now we can say when people come to visit our city, when young people are talking about our history and culture, that we have a Go-Go Museum. And I want to acknowledge everybody in D.C. who has worked on this vision. Let me start with acknowledging Councilmember Kenyon McDuffie, who is here. Give Kenyon another big round of applause. and thanking him for authoring the legislation that made go-go our official music. Give him another round for that. I want to recognize at-large council member Robert White as well. And I want to say thank you to all of the people who put their ideas and vision towards this beautiful museum. Now, I got to walk through the museum a couple of weeks ago. Ron gave me a sneak peek. I was itching to see what was going on here. And you are going to be so very proud of the vision, the content, and the experience that you're going to get at the Go-Go Museum. You're going to see our go-go legends. You're going to see the intersection between go-go and hip-hop and civil rights, and, of course, the intersection with D.C. history. We are reminded that a people who doesn't remember its history will lose everything. And so we have to be committed to this museum. We have to be committed to educating our young people and educating the next generation of musicians. Where is the next generation of our musicians? And we have to be committed to our culture. Know this, the days ahead are uncertain, but our commitment and our resolve is stronger than ever. And being united in our history and culture is so important to the days ahead. So to everyone involved, congratulations.
Come on, another hand for Mayor Muriel Bowser right now. Won't you give it up for her? We're grateful for public officials who will continue to take us forward. As I introduce this next person, Dr. Vedette Coleman Robinson, if you can make your way to the stage, we're trying to locate you. You'll be up in the deck. But right now, we are grateful for a young brother who is continuing to carry the legacy forward. And we are grateful for the work he is doing with the Chuck Brown Band as he continues the legacy of his father, the godfather of go-go music. I need you to put your hands together here as we celebrate not just him, but also the legacy of his father, Chuck Brown, as we put our hands together for Brother Wiley Brown coming forth right now with the Chuck Brown Band.
DC, I want to thank everybody for being here, man. Ron put in so much hard work, Miss Natalie, and for all the pioneers that have been put in so much work over the years, man, like Uncle Tony, Mr. Brooks, man, there's so many of y'all, Sugar Bear, Big G, y'all keep this thing going. Keep this thing going that my father started, man, and I know he's smiling down on all of us right now because we all keeping this going. And it wouldn't be here without everybody that cares about the music. It's all about love. It's all about love at the end of the day. And y'all know that this music means so much to this city and this culture. We all keep it going. And to be here today, man, this beautiful weather, it ain't no mistake. God don't make no mistakes, man, at all. God don't make no mistakes. And I know my father, would be proud of everybody that's sitting here and that's a part of this culture, a part of DC, a part of the music. It means so much to me and my family to keep this thing going. That's why I feel like I was born to grow into what I've become right now. I've been by my father's side since I was 5 years old. On stage with him, just watching how he moved. He was such a people person. He loved everybody. And no matter who he came across, he made sure that that person felt like the world. Because at the end of the day, we're nothing without each other. It's all about love at the end of the day. I'm going to leave this with y'all. Something my father always instilled in my siblings, myself, my family, his band members, and his fans. I want y'all to repeat after me. Say, whatever you do, big or small, do it well or don't do it at all. Show you right.
Come on, another hand for Brother Wiley Brown. And now we have coming before us Dr. Vedette Coleman Robinson. She is the president and CEO of the Association of African American Museums. Won't you give her a hand as she comes?
Hello, everyone. How are you? Oh, y'all could do better than that. I know you can. Thank you. Thank you so much. First and foremost, I know I only have 2 minutes, and I'm not trying to get yanked off of here like Sandman and Showtime at the Apollo, so I'm going to do this quickly. I would like to thank Ron, wherever he is, and you as well, Natalie, and the team here at the Go-Go Museum, which I do think needs to be named. Wherever Ron is, you guys are going to have another thing to do before you open up these doors, which is to rename this museum the National Go-Go Museum, because it's the only one in the country. Yes, thank you. With the opening of this museum is now the 20th music museum in the nation. But it is, like I just said, it is the only go-go museum. The thing that makes this museum so important, which all of you know, is it aligns with the Anacostia Community Museum as well as the Frederick Douglass Home. And those are both of our museum members as well. As a Jersey girl, which you guys can boo me later, but don't do it now, right now, please. As a Jersey girl, I was introduced to EU and Junkyard Band, as well as Rare Essence at Virginia State University. And I will never forget when go-go music hit in our gym jams, everybody rushed the floor, and I had no clue what to do. But I also was told, girl, you better hurry up and move because you can't beat your feet. So go over there in the bleachers. I was never introduced or invited to a live go-go, by the way, so I guess everybody thought that I wasn't going to be able to beat my feet correctly, which I'm fine with. I also want to make sure that all of you understand the momentous occasion about today. I know that there are a few people smiling down on today. Definitely Chuck Brown, John Kennard, who was the founder of the Anacostia Community Museum, and one of our founders for the Association of African American Museums as well as Mayor Berry. So I would love to thank you all for inviting me. I see the good Reverend about to snatch me off the stage. But before I say anything else, I would love to thank, again, the Go-Go Museum for introducing me and bringing me up and allowing me to share the stage with so many esteemed colleagues. Thank you so much.
Brothers and my sisters, our next speaker, before he comes up, I have to share my great memory of the first go-go tape I ever heard. My god brother James came over to the house. I was a little boy, and he brought a Trouble Funk tape over. Trouble Funk tape came over, and the band was cranking, and you heard shoom, 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 shoom. And I was like, what is that? What is that? My god brother said, that's a juju stick. They got these sticks, they go shoom, 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 shoom. And so until I actually got old enough to go to a go-go, I thought at the go-go they had little sticks going shoom, 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 shoom. And so come on, do me a favor and put your hands together for one of the originators of go-go, Big Tony Fisher. Come on, put your hands together for Big Tony today.
Good morning, everybody. I guess it's still morning. So, yeah, I'm going to be real quick because I know Rev's going to snatch me off here. I'm not going to be too long-winded, but I want to start off by saying that the Go-Go Museum is very special to me for a lot of reasons. One of the main reasons is I grew up, like, right up the street from here. You know, I was a young teenager over here in the projects growing up off of Sheridan Road. And I was introduced to go-go at the age of 17, I met Chuck Brown at the Club LeBaron. And I actually talked to him over the phone. He had called the payphone. We had payphones back then. And he asked to speak to Ted Hawkins. He said, "Who is this?" I said, "This is Tony." He said, "Take some of that bass out your voice, boy." But, yeah, I met Chuck at the age of 17, and we've been great friends ever since. He's my musical mentor and a wonderful friend. And it's an honor to even know that I know he's smiling down on all of us right now. Shout out to my man, Ron Moten. Man, what you did is like, I think everybody doubted that, man, but you pulled it off. So, yes, God bless you, man. This is one of those things, man, that we got to preserve. It's the history. And the history of go-go is very important. It's very important, y'all. I mean, you cannot confuse the history with popularity. You know what I'm saying? There's history of go-go, and then you have the popularity of go-go. So it's like a doorknob. Everybody gets a turn. But don't forget the forefathers. Shout out to R.E., JYB, EU, Trouble Funk. We all come from Southeast. We are the forefathers of the go-go. Chuck Brown planted that seed, and we helped nurture it and made it grow to what it is to this day. And then came along your JYBs and your BYBs and Northeast Groovers. Man, we're just one big family, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. And thank y'all for coming out and sharing this moment with all of us. And we love all y'all. And look, check me out in my play with Anacostia coming up, my first play, y'all. Come on out and check that out. Thank you, man. Thank you, Ron.
Come on, y'all give it up, Big Tony. Somebody shall drop the bomb. Somebody say, "What you gonna do? Let's get small." Next up, we are excited. This brother has blessed us because he's been able to show how to be able to not just take go-go to the world, but he's been able to show us his development as a person, his development in the region. And so he's blessed us through go-go culture, go-go music, but he's also blessed us with his acting skills. He's also blessed us with his work around community violence intervention. I want you all to help me and put your hands together for Big G, Ralph, and Juan Glover.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Hey, man, that's like we out here. Hey, look, real quick, I'm going to be brief because we got a lot of things to get accomplished, but we all know why we're here today, right? When Mayor Bowser made our music the official music of Washington, D.C., that set a standard. Because I've been all over the world, and they always say, so Washington, D.C. this, Washington, D.C. that, what do y'all have to stand for? Our music. Like Big Tony say, the forefathers, the ones that did it before us, was always here. I used to meet Chuck Brown, man. I used to sit with Pop. He used to always tell me, listen, you got to do something better with your life. You keep getting shot, you keep doing this. 14th and Irving Street, all the go-go bands used to play right there. Every Saturday morning, I was a little kid riding on my bike. The list and the story can keep going. I used to ride my bike to go see Junkyard at 19th and M. My favorite band. That's why it's back, y'all, because if it wasn't for no back, it wouldn't be Junk. But Junk laid the foundation for us. Go-Go Mickey and Foots used to always let me carry the equipment in the black hole, because I used to live on Park Road, 610 Park Road, right behind the black hole. And they used to let me carry the equipment inside the black hole. And then Chief and them would put me out. I hide in the bathroom. They say, G, get out of here. So when I got locked up and went down C-No, and then I went to Oak Hill, I got out, I got taller. So I come out, I say, Vic, you gonna let me in the black hole now? He's like, you a little taller, got some madness clothes on you, fresh, you can come in. So it went from there. But I was a little kid, always wanting to be in the go-go. I've been shot 13 times. I'm still here. I'm not paralyzed. I'm not in the penitentiary. I can still tell my story to the young brothers and sisters that want to come up. And this music saved my life. Muriel Bowser used to sit with me. I used to talk to him. He say, boy, I don't know if you're going to be here today or gone tomorrow. But he always talked to me. Chucky Thompson, God bless the dead, took me and introduced me to Chuck Brown twice. And then the second time was at Kilimanjaro. And then that was it from there. We just kept pushing and kept pushing. But it's always a story behind every person. And it's always love. We must respect our women more, because nowadays we don't open the door for the elderly no more or do nothing. But I wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for this music. And it wasn't for the people here in our city. Like to thank Natalie Hopkins, like to thank Ron Moulton, everybody, the mayor. We love y'all. The cable and television department, what y'all doing with our city and open the doors for us and letting us know that we are somebody that don't have to move out of town. Don't have to go nowhere else to make money. We can make it right here in our city. Mr. Brooks, we thank you. We thank everybody. You know what I mean? Ty, we thank you for opening the doors. When I ain't had the money, my mother credit card declined, y'all still let me get the clothes. We appreciate y'all. We'd like to thank all the go-go pioneers right now. Scooby, everybody. The whole junk back there. Pops, where you at, Pop? Love you, man. It's a beautiful time. Thank Mo Shore to everybody that opened them doors, man. It wouldn't be nothing. I'm more proud to be a Washingtonian. My family been here since the 1800s. We've been right here. I can tell that story later on. But we're going to still keep moving and keep going. But it ain't nothing if without music, the food or whatever, but it's the music and the people here and the people that made this city. We love y'all. Let's keep striving. And look, as the day go long, always remember we must respect each other. And it's not just one band. It's a lot of us out here, and we all striving to take care of our people. But let's keep the beat going, and let's keep doing what we doing. And let's stop hurting each other and stop hating.
Next, we have some folks who I'm just so godly proud of. When you look at transformation, when you look at being able to turn your pain into power, that I first met them as they were part of a crew called Check It, but they were able, and they were doing a lot of challenging violence in the region. But Ron Moulton brought them to us at Community of Hope, and we helped Mo as he was working with them and celebrated them. And I am so proud to just see what they become and the business people they become and the work they become to help transform this community and the work they're doing. Do me a favor and put your hands together and give a rousing ovation for Star Bennett and Erica Ebal Briscoe of the Check It Enterprises. Come on, y'all, give it up.
Good afternoon, I'm Erica. And I'm Star. First and foremost, I want to thank the city and its amazing community for supporting us on our journey. Standing here today is a dream come true, and it's one I never could achieve alone. I grew up as an at-risk youth. There are moments in my life where challenges I face, are insurmountable. But through it all, this city, its programs, its leaders, and its peoples played a role in helping me see the future for myself. Like Angel and Lump, they've been in my corner since I was a kid. This city believed in me when I was learning to believe in myself, and for that, I am forever grateful. With every hurdle I overcome, I became more determined to build something not only for myself, but also for others who might be walking the path similar to me. Today, I stand here proud to say I am an entrepreneur, a business owner, and the owner of 3 buildings right here in my hometown. But more than that, I am a testament to what's possible when opportunities meet determination. Owning 3 buildings is not just about success for me, it's about giving back. These spaces represent more than bricks. They represent hope, possibility, and a chance for others to dream as big as I once did. To Ron Moulton, I thank you for all the encouragement and unwavering beliefs in us. To the youth in our city who might feel like the odds are stacked against them, know anything is possible with hard work and the support of a community like this one. And to the city, thank you for investing in me and so many others. Together, we've proven that when we invest in people, you build futures, and when we build futures, you create a legacy of hope and opportunity. Thank you.
I just want to thank everyone for sticking with us and always supporting and believing in Check It. This has been a long journey for us, but we did it. Shout out to our amazing team and everybody who made it happen. Thank you, everybody.
Come on, y'all give them another hand. Amen. Before I announce our next person, I do want to send a shout out that we have just a general of the region, and I would not want us to go through and not acknowledge her presence. I need you to put your hands together for our U.S. Representative Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton. Once again, we thank God for you and all that you've done for this city and for this region, and we're grateful for your presence today. Now we get down to two of the folks that have helped really bring us together. I think that what is so significant and important about this moment is that we had to take go-go. Folks sometimes would take go-go and try initially to just make it a music, but I'm grateful that this sister helped us to understand it as a culture. That she's helped us to understand go-go culture and all that it is, and understand its academic and intellectual significance in the nation and the region. You don't have a museum just for something that's regular, but this is something that was birthed out of here, birthed out of us, that we've given to the world, that we have to make sure the world takes notice of and the world is able to see. And I'm grateful to this sister because her scholarship has literally helped to put this in a space in which from the high institutions of academics all the way to the hood, that go-go music can be understood for the culture it is and the impact it has on our region. And so we are here at the Go-Go Museum and Café as a result of this dear sister, this brilliant sister, this incredible sister, this amazing sister, this powerful sister, this moving and shaking sister, this don't take no trash sister, this put in the work sister and make it do what it do sister. Y'all do me a favor and give a hand for the incomparable Natalie Hopkinson. Come on, put it together for her right now.
Hi, everyone. I can't believe we're here. So I'm going to make this short because I know we want to get right to the music and Chef Angie's amazing food. But I just wanted to say a few things. Our drums, our dance, our spirituality, our music has been criminalized all around the world. Go-go in D.C., Santeria in Cuba, Candomblé in Brazil, Comfat in Guyana, Obia in Jamaica, Voodoo in New Orleans. But our music and our culture has also been our power. So voodoo helped power the Haitian Revolution. In 1804, it was the first democratic republic. Drums and spirituality fueled the Islamic rebellions in Bahia in 1835. In Brazil, they were inspired by the uprisings in Haiti. And as my student says, there was not a text message, there was not a tweet that went out, but the word spread, and the drums are an important part of what has told our story and driven our revolutions. And so it was with Dope UDC. We won the right to play our music from T-Mobile in Shaw 5 years ago, and we just marked 5 years of the anniversary of that victory. We've also had many victories since. We stopped the move of our sports teams out of D.C. We stopped the Not in D.C. movement, stopped corporations from defiling the legacy of one of our heroes, Marion Barry. Go-go music is the most powerful stuff on the planet. And so, thank you. And so one of my great honors is to be the chief curator of the Go-Go Museum. When I was doing my PhD on go-go music many years ago, my daughter Maven, who's right here, was an infant. My son was a 3-year-old, and she started calling me Dr. Go-Go. As a senior, we pressed Maven into service. She was the copy editor for the Go-Go Museum. We pressed my son Maverick into service. He produced virtual cultural equity forums and did metadata for the oral history archival projects. My mother, Serena, who's here, is a certified, an accountant. She's retired. She's been pressed into service working on our projects. And so you know, it's been really a family affair. I want to thank all of my students, all my PhD students at Howard. We would not be here without them. Brian Jenkins, Geneva Green, so many people who help work with us. We are going to keep, now that we have this space, I mean, a lot of what we're doing, what's tearing us apart in this world right now is that we are all looking for a home. We're constantly being displaced. We're constantly being criminalized. We're constantly being muted. Our voices are muted. Our bodies are muted. Our music is muted. And now that the Go-Go Museum's here, Go-Go Museum is one thing that will never be muted again. We have a home forever, and we just want to make it last forever. So thank you so much, everybody who's here. And I just want to, you know, say a word about the next speaker who's coming up. I'm sure Reverend Tony Lee will add to this. Let me just make sure I get this right here. So Ronald Mo Moten is the man of the hour. This is a man who does not stop. He is a fierce advocate. He's a brilliant strategist. And I'm so proud to call him my creative partner and my friend. Mo, I am so proud of what you've been able to accomplish. Mo does not respect any rules of gravity. And that is why we're here. If you knew how many cuss outs have happened for us to get here in this moment. And I'm just, Mo, yes, please give it up to Ron Moten. Relentless advocate. He will not stop. He will not quit. And, you know, it is my hope that with the Go-Go Museum, we'll have a bunch more Dr. Go-Go's. We'll have a bunch more Mo's that are coming behind us. And thank you all for being here to bear witness to this amazing moment. Thank you.
My brothers and sisters, my divine honor and privilege to be able to introduce our next person. As we introduce, I see Pastor Willie Wilson here. And I think that it will be important for me to acknowledge that right now we stand on holy ground. That right now for this region, where we sit and where we stand is holy ground. That this is a place in which we lift up not just what's happening now, but we lift up the legacy of the ancestors. An ancestral legacy that goes far past us, but an ancestral legacy that goes all the way to the continent. That we lift up a drumbeat that goes across centuries. It has led us through revolution. It has led us through liberation. It continues to push us forward. That's the reason that we can't let it be muted. We can't let people mute Go-Go because that would be to try to mute our liberation. We can't let people mute Go-Go because that will be to try to mute our freedom. And I've come to introduce a brother who has been like a modern-day Go-Go apostle. He has been somebody who God has used in this season to be able to go to the highways and the byways and to press for this culture. He's been somebody who has fought to make sure that our young people are safe. He's been somebody who has been used to fight for black people and the least and the left out. And we are excited for how his voice has been used in this moment in fighting for all that are on the margins to make sure that in this liberation struggle that go-go music is at the forefront and that go-go music is institutionalized so that people cannot tear it asunder. And so I lift up today my brothers and my sisters, my dear brother, my dear friend, a soldier in the movement, an apostle of go-go. Put your hands together for Brother Ronald Moten.
How y'all doing? Man, I'm sitting here amazed, and I'm looking into the audience, and as I look at the backdrop, it takes me back to the Howard Theater, and I'm thinking about the balcony. It takes me back to the Ibex, my favorite go-go spot, right? Y'all remember the spotlights on the butt cheeks, and just looking at this is so amazing. But I first want to start by thanking my mom. My mom, had me when she was 15 years old. And, you know, a lot of people told her not to. And she sacrificed and had me. And I just want you to know I love you. And my dad, who always has my back, is always around having my back, because a lot of people don't know what it takes being on the front line. It's like you always attacked, you always hated on, but There are people who came before me, like my cousin Malcolm X, who had to die for us. People like Martin Luther King, Amelia Boyden Robinson, Annie Lee Cooper, and a lot of warriors who prayed for us and still praying for us to get us where we at. And then I fast forward to Al Malik Farrakhan and Ceasefire Don't Smoke, the brothers and sisters, who gave me the blueprint. Because like Robert White said earlier, I would have never known that it was possible to get buildings if I didn't see Muriel Bowser give him the buildings. And today, Ceasefire Don't Smoke, the brothers and sisters is the only black business, only black organization that owns their property on 14th Street where I grew up at. And it pains me when I go up there because nobody who grew up there lives there. So, Mayor Bowser, Robert White, Kenya McDuffie, your policies, what you have done in this corridor is so important because what we have here right now is the next Black Wall Street. We have over 100 black businesses here. And within the next 2 months, not only is the Go-Go Museum opening, you got Donnell's at the museum next door, a speakeasy, right, and a lounge. Across the street, please go and see Grounded. Another beautiful business, some sisters who went to school in Ward 8 are opening up, right? Around the corner, you have Kitchen Savage. Then you have another restaurant that is a Caribbean sister is opening up. A Guyanese sister is opening up. And it's a 2-story sit-down restaurant. You have the City Smokehouse, right? You have the, I believe it's Sweet Tooth up the street. You have the food lab. I mean, I can keep going. There's more, right? Where else in the country? Where else in the country is anything like this happening? When you find out, you come back and tell me, because I know it's not happening. And we tear our leaders down, right? When they doing great things like this that are nearly impossible in times like this. And Reverend Willie Wilson, I just want to thank you, brother, for being a soldier for the community. See, most people don't know about money they can't count. So they think when somebody is giving an organization money, it's going to people like me. When we built this museum, for y'all who want to talk about money, I ain't get $1. Not $1 went in my pocket. Because those exhibits you see in there cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. So when you got to make a decision whether the $50,000 in the budget go to you or go to an exhibit that's going to make your community and your music look great, some people like us take the sacrifice all the time, right? And people need to understand that. When a study was done on this museum by Gallagher, which is, they do all the major museums, they said this was going to cost $8 million to do the Outback, which is not finished yet, and the inside and the mobile bus that you see outside that has a hydraulic stage where bands perform on the rooftop, and inside of it, you have a sample of the exhibits in here. We got it done for $2.5 million. And it shouldn't be like that, though, y'all. Why is it that the people who have the most talent, the people who put the work in the community, always got to work hard? And then people still will come and question our mayor and our council, why did you give them $2 million? That's an insult. And we got to stop letting people do that to us. We are still 47% of the population, y'all. And that's why what happened with Don't Mute DC was so important, because it showed black people that we still have a voice and a say in this city. And, you know, there are other people I want to thank: Eleanor Holmes Norton, Reggie Van Lee, Carl Mastersbury, Angie Gates, and Latoya Foster. Man, for some reason, my sisters be having my back. Like, listen, I'm just saying, y'all do. Y'all understand us. You know what I'm saying? Y'all understand the psyche of a black man when he's been attacked, or when he works night and day and doesn't get paid. Y'all understand when somebody is compassionate versus angry. Y'all understand when we just need help. And I just want to thank y'all for helping us. I mean, I really do, because this is big. Kenya, what you did for Go-Go, too, brother, when you put that $3 million in, that was big. You know what I'm saying? Robert, what you did for Check It, when you had the balls to step up and do what you did, that was monumental as well. So this is the one time I tell people all the time, when the entire city and the government came together and got it right. Because everybody came together to make sure this happened. And we need that to happen more, y'all, because we might be in for some bad times in this city if we don't come together and fight together. Also, I'm gonna cut it short because I was gonna say a lot. I'm gonna cut it real short. But y'all see all these pages of me, right? But I'm gonna cut it short. But I wanna thank the Chuck Brown family. Wiley, where would we be without y'all? Right? And I know you know what it's like when somebody in your family, your father, sacrifices everything for the community. You know what I'm saying? His time poured into us. His time poured into White Boy. His time poured into Tony, G, Chris. You know what I'm saying? Your father poured into us. But one of the things we want to be known, your father had history, brother. I'm going to tell people a couple of things. And a lot of people don't like to talk about it, but he got history. Chuck was the reason why a lot of people in Go-Go got clean. Because when Chuck got clean, Go-Go got clean. Chuck learned how to play a guitar in prison, right? A lot of brothers like me and Smooth in the back, we got to prison, made ourselves better, and came home to be better people, just like Chuck. Your father is an inspiration and example for humanity. And I just want you to know we appreciate him and we love you. Dr. Evans, Tony Stocks, where's Jimmy Kemp at? Jimmy Kemp, here to go. Jimmy Kemp in the back. So, you know, these are the people who were with me when nobody else was with me. Reverend Tony Lee, a lot of y'all don't know I was attacked, right? Jimmy Kemp was a Republican. He helped me with gay children when the Democrats in this city wouldn't even help. I got to tell it like it is. Dr. Evans, Tony Lee, and I'm just saying this to say, it don't matter who we got to work with, we're going to find good people and we're going to work with them, right, to make our city better. And that's what it's all about. Sojin Kim, Super Dan, Darren X, Marcus Cradle, Kwame, Bobby Marshall, the Library of Congress, Sojin from the Folk Life. I just go on and on and on with all you people who helped us. But moving forward, what I want to say, what's going to happen next, y'all? So, you know, me and Natalie been doing a lot of things with the Kennedy Center, the Smithsonian, and the only thing that I didn't like about it was when I went to these places, I didn't see nobody like us behind the scenes working, right? But if we don't train our young people for those jobs, if we don't train our young people how to be the sound engineers, how do we open the door, make sure the door is open for them, and they're ready when we kick the door down? Notice what I said, when we kick the door down. Because they don't let us in a lot of these doors, y'all. But we can't complain if the people are not ready. So we're going to be training our young people how to do sound engineering, live streaming, photography, how to play go-go. Chef Angie is in here somewhere. Where's Chef Angie at? Chef Angie is an Afro, Latino, LBGTQ chef. That's right, I said it all. She my people, right? And she will be teaching our young people culinary arts, right? And I want to thank DOES. DOES and DPR have helped us help children with our programming around the clock every year. And without that, this would not have happened because we would not have been able to stabilize what we were doing with people like T.O.B. Chris when we were addressing the K2 before anybody else did, right? You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm going to end because the party must begin. I love you all so much. I love you all so much. I thank all my praying people who pray for me, and I want to thank my last two people. My guy Derek Parks in the back, and my man Herb. Herb is in here somewhere, back there. So, like I told y'all, excuse my French, it's been hard, y'all. And I'm going to tell you why it's been hard. We ain't been getting no money. We've been doing this from the heart. But I can call people like Dirk, who gave me a small contract, right, to stabilize me for the rest of the year so I can get this done. I just want to let you know personally and in public, Darren and Herb, we appreciate you because I'm telling you, I wouldn't be able to keep going without you, man. I just want you to know I love you, man, and I appreciate you doing that for us. And Scooby, thank you for always being there when I call you, man. Chuck, everybody, I love y'all. Oh, I can't stop. I got to do this, y'all. I'm sorry. Time Looper is a company that did our interactive exhibits, all right? Creative Junk Food, which is a local company, is also doing a piece with Cole Mastersbury, right? Local black small enterprise, all right? Around the corner, y'all, how many of y'all like them floors? Okay, guess what? A small black enterprise television located right around the corner by a sister on MLK Avenue, right? Omar Hakeem, TBD Enterprises. And I can go, and of course, Blue Sky Construction. My guy Scotty. And Scotty is the last person I'll talk about. This guy Scotty and Jimmy Kemp, every time Check It couldn't pay the rent, that's who I would call. And they never hesitated to help us. So with that being said, there's some menus and brochures around here. They have a QR code on the back of them. You can donate, y'all. You scan it and donate because we need the money. We need operational dollars, right? Yeah, it's pretty in there, but guess what? You got to have a security person. You got to have somebody clean up every day. You got to have the curators. Now they can't be here every day. So you got to have the curators where we want to train young people from Anacostia how to be curators. Young people from Anacostia. We got young people from Duke Ellington here today from their museum studies class who you've been seeing helping. But we want them to be paid when they're working here. We don't want them to be working for free. All right? So we need you to donate so we can make this right. I love you all. It's time for these young people to come up, and then Backyard and Junkyard about to do what they did in 2010. My man Bugs. Somebody give it up for Bugs, y'all. Y'all not loud enough. Mo Shorter. So they're going to be going back and forth like they did in 2010 at the 2010 Go-Go Awards. And I want y'all to know this, y'all. Hip-hop didn't start the verses. Go-Go started the verses, y'all. We did it in 2010, and White Boy and them used to do it at the Washington Coliseum all the time. So Go-Go started the verses, y'all. Let's get the record straight. I love y'all. Y'all take care.
Y'all give it up, Ronald Moten. I'm super excited. We're getting ready to get out the way of the crank. 2 stages. I remember years ago at Crystal Skates, Essence and EU on separate stages. EU played first, cranked, rocked so hard. They kept playing until even their power was off. They kept playing until they put the power on Essence, and Essence came and cranked it out. I'm just telling y'all, I am excited about the crank. But before we go, I do want to make sure that we acknowledge and we thank God. We cannot leave this place and not lift up the name of Marion Barry in this arena and in this space and in this holy space. And we want to shout out our dear sister, First Lady Cora Masters Barry, who is here with us today. And we thank God for her presence and for her influence in the region. We do want to lift up on this Saturday is the unveiling of the Marion Barry mural at the Marion Barry building at 4th and at 411 4th Street Northeast at 10 o'clock. And so please make sure to get on out there. Y'all, this is a significant moment in our region as we are continuing to make sure to institutionalize the legacy of go-go music of Marion Barry. And so we want to make sure to continue to lift up and institutionalize those who have meant so much for us and for our region and for our city. You good? All right, we get ready to let the crank begin. Look, we're getting ready to shift the stage transition. The band's getting ready to come up. Backyard's going to be up here. Oh, we got the ribbon cutting. So we got some young people who are going to come up. They're going to dance. We're going to have the ribbon cutting, and then let the crank commence.
1, 2, 3. We love Stockbridge. Let it fall. Let it fall. I got no